much better than Git GUI is like GitHub Desktop. So we will see in our next video how to use GitHub Desktop, and for the time being we will try to utilize or try to understand what Git actually provides using Git's GUI. This Git GUI not so user friendly. We don't have, actually I didn't find any way to pull latest changes. I can fetch it, then I can merge it, which actually confuses it, but it's okay. We will just check how this Git GUI works, and later video we will see how to use this GitHub Desktop. So let's continue. We generally don't prefer Git GUI. Generally we go with Git Bash, which is more convenient way, but for better understanding we will use Git GUI, and in the later video we will see how to use Git Bash. So after installing Git, we need to open Git GUI. So what we will do is like we will clone an existing repository. Okay, so if you see here, this is one of my repository and it's public, so we can copy any or clone any public repositories. So once you open any Git project, we will just come to code. So copy this URL, and once you copied it, just open Git GUI, clone existing repository. Source directory will be what we have already copied, and target directory, if you chose anything from here, so it will not work. Actually it will show that already exists. So what you can do is like you can just give the name of the repository which you are trying to clone it and click clone. So now you can see that it's in process and our branch, master branch, has been copied and all other branches have been copied. So if where it is located, you can see C users, my username, and then the repository name. So let's go and check. C users, username, and here you can see that the repository has been cloned. So here you will see all the files that have been copied. So here you can see what is the current branch, that is master branch, and if you come and see here, this is the default master branch, and I think we don't have any other branch, we have only master branch. So now I will show you using a new project, and I will show you an example how to write your code, how to change it, how to push it. Okay, so stay tuned. Click here, new repository, test repo. Okay, it's available. We'll keep it public, so we'll put it as add readme files, create repository. Okay, so we have created a readme file here, test repository, and we will now clone it. Okay, I'll go and quickly delete it as this is of no use for me. Git GUI, clone existing repository, target directory as test repo. Clone. So here if we see, by default the actual or the main branch is the name is main branch, and now in our last repo we have seen it was master branch, because in company standard people generally follow master branch, test branch, and even like production branch also. So master generally goes to production, people have dev branches also, then people have feature branches also. So you can create multiple branches from here itself. Branch 2. So branch 2 is being created out of master branch, so that's why we have readme here. Okay, now we will do one thing, we will go and delete delete this readme file. Okay, and here we will go and refresh it, rescan. Okay, so this file has been deleted, that's why it is showing minus test repo. So what we'll do is like we will now create a branch out of it. Okay, so let me just create a branch, create dev branch. Okay, so in dev branch we will not be having that readme file. Create. So here if you see, the current branch is now dev branch. Okay, so now let's go and push that dev branch. Here if I come here, we don't have dev branch, we have only branch 2. We will see how to fetch that branch 2. Ideally it should have been fetched. There is no option for pull here. If we pull it, then it should have been fetched. Let me check. I don't see any pull. Okay, so now let's go and write a commit message. Deleted readme file. Commit. Okay. Stage, commit, and push. So now this will be pushed to dev branch. Where? To the origin. Push. So once you try to push it, it will ask for your credentials. That's what I told you. While pulling any public repository, you will not need credentials, but if you want to push any repository, if you want to make changes, then it should show you who has made those changes. So here if you see, my name and my photo is showing, and with the message also like initial commit. So if you change, or if I change, or if any other developer change, so people can go and trace like who has made those changes, and later if something goes wrong, then people can ask, okay, you have made these changes, why you have made these changes. You can question, and based on that it can be resolved. So you can push using two things, SSH key also, and your user ID and password. So you will go with user ID and password, and later we will see how to use SSH key or the token. So directly you can give access. So you can see everything is successful. Okay, so if I go here and refresh it, we can see here dev branch has been published, and we don't have any folder here, deleted readme file. And if we click this one, we can see what is the difference. Difference is I have deleted that readme file. Okay, so now it has detected branch 2. Okay, so and it has been already fetched. So earlier it was not showing. So now if we go to branches and check out, here it will show you, it should actually be showing 3 branches. Okay, so this is local branch, and this is tracking branch. Okay, so we will use tracking branch, and we can, so in local I have created dev and master was already there. and here we have 3 branches. So this is like it is tracking the origin, right? Origin is mapped to our this URL. Oops, is mapped to this URL, this git repo. Okay, so if I now check out to dev branch, so here if you see, okay, so we are already in dev branch. If I go to main branch, check out, so you can see that we have that readme.md file. And again, if I go and check out, so now in local also we have dev. So if I check out to dev or origin dev, both is fine, both are actually in sync. So you can see that that file doesn't exist. Now if I go and create another file here, I created a file and I will write something in it. Open with Visual Studio Code. You can use Notepad also, not an issue. So here I'll simply like console.log hello world and then save it. So if I rescan it, so you can see we have written console.log. So let's now stage the changes. What is stage changes is like git add dot. Git add dot means like git add everything that has been changed, or you can use git add space hello.js. It will just add or stage hello.js file. Okay, then we need to click commit, and before that we need to give commit message also. Created hello.js file, commit and push. Where we want to push, in which branch? Source branch is dev and it will go to remote. Okay, because we are already in dev branch. Okay, push. Done. Close it. We'll go here, check branch dev. So here you can see hello.js. Okay, now let's make one change and see how does that reflects. So we will open this again in Visual Studio Code and just remove world. Okay, and go to GitHub, rescan. So here you can see that this world has been removed. State changes, remove world, commit, push, push. So if I refresh it, we can see that now we have this commit message, removed world. And if I go here, so we have total 4 commits in this branch. Initial commit, deleted readme file, sorry for misspelling it, created hello.js file, and removed world. So if I go and click this, view commit details, you can see that what I have deleted. I've deleted world. I prefer split side by side. So here you can see that world has been deleted. So if you add anything, it will show in green. So now we will see how to pull. So suppose now this has been written by Goropi17. Someone else has been pushing his code. Maybe 5 or 6 people may be pushing his code, and before pushing my code, I want to pull their code. So in that case, what you need to do is like we will pull their or fetch their records. Okay, so in order to do that, I need to replicate like what changes others have made. So what I'll do is like I will go to dev branch and hello.js. I will click edit, hello CodeSpace. I'm just naming it updated by person 2 because it's me only updating it, but this can be updated by anyone and it doesn't matter whether I am updating it here or someone else. Means while pulling those changes, it doesn't matter actually who has made those changes. If you have permission to pull it, then you will get the required file updates. Commit changes. Okay, so if I go to test repository tab, so we have now 5 commits here updated by person 2. Okay, what we'll do is like we will go to git remote fetch origin. So here you can see that your latest has been fetched. So how you verify which has been fetched? So if you match this one BEFA to B7, BEFA to B7 has been updated. If I close it, this one will not be updated because we have just fetched it, so we need to pull it also. Oops. So here we can see now after local merging, we can see hello CodeSpace has been updated here. And if I try to rescan it, it will not show any difference. Why? Because I have not made any changes. It will show all the changes that have been made by me and not by anyone else. So my current branch, whatever it is, that is my current head, it is now pointing to this one, this last message. So it's in sync, so that's why it is not showing any difference. This is little bit weird to use Git GUI. We will see much better way like using this type of GUI, which is I feel much better, and even like Git CLI is also much better. So with this you can have a basic understanding like how Git works. So we will see what is the main difference between fetch and pull, also like merge, how to resolve merge conflicts and all. We'll see in details in our upcoming videos. So that's all for this tutorial. See you again in the next video. Bye bye. Have a nice day.